Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? It's me. And today we're going to be looking at the Armored Combat Worldwide event that's coming up, which is to say that there is this thing called the Combat Shop. Now, this is interesting. Collect combat coins in exchange for various collab exclusive items. A combat shop. Don't miss out. Get combat coins from daily logins, solo, hell events, Kingdom Clash. Now, I don't know exactly what we got going on here, but we've got knights and stuff like that. The other thing too is that we've once again heard of Nox again, but it turns out she is the goddess of darkness. It's kind of interesting. Of course, she summons powerful monsters, which are the armored souls, and the armored souls on the map to get combat chests, which contain combat coins. Now, depending on the type of drops that are in the combat shop, could be good, could be bad, but something tells me just out of the gate, you're going to need a lot of energy. This sounds a lot like a Phantom Knight type event. And with that in mind, obviously you're going to need a lot of energy. So if you don't already, you probably want to start picking up packs. More specifically, you're going to want to probably start picking up Frosty Special, probably. If you're running low on energy, that's just the way to do it, in my opinion. I don't see any other way to really do it. Now, if you're asking me, like, what is the best pack, period, you might notice I have 600 some odd thousand gems. Yeah, I did do some spending, okay? Like a stupid amount of spending. Okay, but I'll go ahead and kind of show you, right? So I bought a $5 version of the Walking and Sunrise pack. Then I bought a $20 version. So I got 200 chests across, right? Then I bought a $50 version. So I got 500 across, right? Then I spent $100 and I got the first pack and got 1,000 across. And then I, of course, used the double coupon. So then I got another 600 of these, another 200 of these, and another 1,000 chests across. Now, what you might be thinking is, okay, so now you have 500,000 gems increased. So that tells you at least approximately how much I got out of that. You might notice now I could actually get my champ helm to purple, or I could just keep saving the mains, and I could do my faith and make it, I can make it mythic potentially. 10 more gold mains, and hey, that's a thing. Skull Crusher, I'm 5 out of 9 now, and I also got the embers that I would need to make the Skull Crusher mythic. So we're on our way to a mythic Skull Crusher. And yeah, I mean, as far as our achievement list goes, that's where we're at, as far as the gear is concerned. Right now, the thing is once I get the Skull Crusher, there's not really a lot more I can do to the gear other than maybe get the faith. But beyond that, I really don't know if there's any tweaking in terms of gear I need to be doing, so much as it's going to be artifacts or astrolite. Neither of which is very cheap, let alone easy to accomplish. Okay. But I will point out that irregardless, right, with the event coming up, I just thought I'd kind of talk to you guys a little bit about it. In part because I feel like, obviously Guildfest is already running around. I don't really bother showing you guys what I get in Guildfest. That's just a waste of everyone's time. Guild Showdown, if you're struggling to pick a lineup, you can always, like, for example, you always want to pick heroes that are giving you 50-20, and you want at least 2 of each type. So, in this case, 50-20 or 50-30. Obviously, bonusing a individual troop type is going to be a lot more beneficial. Bombard's not the best option here, really. If anything, I'd rather have Tracker. Okay, because at least here I've got 2, and then 1, and that's a really not a bad equation to have. Now, as far as familiars go, I mean, yeah, I can use Divine Fire, and then I can use Mole Shaman, and then I can use Magus and call it a day. And then the comp, it's like, okay, I've got 340 some odd thousand to play with. So I typically would go all blast, right? So you could go like this, and give yourself a mixture of sorts, and then just fill the rest. And there's no harm in doing inf blast like this, for example. Obviously, you want to be in inf gear when you do it. Now, obviously I'm an inf wedge. That doesn't make as much sense. So one of the things that you always want to consider is obviously I'm already in gear, so I don't really need to think about it. But you always want your troops in the back whenever you're doing lineups. A lot of people screw this shit up every time. I don't know why, because it is not that hard to comprehend. Like, all you're doing is basically putting the troops that are the most valuable, you're putting them in the back, and then you're keeping the ones that are going to be flange, basically the ones that are going to take all your damage for you. In fact, if I wanted to even, eliminate this, I could. There's no reason to have this really so much in there. I could go so far as to, okay, so I know that if I run on inf on inf, that's going to help. If I hit inf on range, for example, this will help. This will make range die even faster. So I would typically go with inf on inf just because that's more likely than me. If I hit range, it's just going to die anyway. So I'd rather weaken an inf on inf march than I would than try and weaken like a cav march, because if you hit cav, you're just going to lose. So when you're picking out your marches and stuff like that, I would just typically try to roll with, use your troop manipulation and make advantages as much as you can there. And then just try to, basically counteract. A lot of guilds that I've come across, what they do is they'll counteract what the following lineup is. So, like, if this is range, right, this assumes that if I get hit and I'm in infantry, then he's going to counter the cav that are coming up for the next march, right? It's like you always want to kind of go into it with that in mind. That's just the logical way to go about doing it. It's just you need to know where you are and who you are in relation to everything, and that's really about all you need to know as far as Guild Showdown is concerned. Now, I mean, out of that, I don't know. I mean, you guys might notice that the Cosmic Perfection event is going on, and while I'm not gonna brag, I'm rank 14. That gives you, if that doesn't tell you how much, I don't know what doesn't. But it's like I potentially might get the catwalk. I'm not really sure if I will actually acquire it or not. I have no idea. If I do, cool. If not, no big deal. The route skin, kind of like the star route skin. But I am really kind of excited to see what we end up seeing with the event with armored combat, because if this turns out to be really good, then hey, I'm prepared for it, because one of the things that I have had for a long ass time on this account is energy, believe it or not. I got like a stupid amount of it too. Like, I've got 1,143 10Ks, 218 20Ks, 550Ks, 1,755Ks, 373 2Ks, and 2,948 1Ks. So, as you might imagine, I have enough energy to run circles around most people. Now, the only thing I don't really have, and this is really critical whenever you're doing these type of events, is you need to have monster hunting gear that complements that. Now, I don't recommend being that guy, like sending like one hero unless it's unless for example, like it's Phantom Knight. We'll see what it ends up being. I would start off sending full lead stacks and try and killing it, because I don't know if the drops are going to be better killed, and if they are, then more than likely that's what people are going to be doing anyway, because combat coins are probably going to be pretty important, especially during the event. But yeah, the one thing that I was kind of trying to show you here is the monster hunting sets. So like, for example, I mean, if you can get yourself a set of monster hunting horns, you're going to get lots of travel speed, which you need the travel speed to be able to go back and forth. But if anything, you need the hunter's mace, because the hunting mace is going to give you a stupid amount of damage. Like, this is a really, really helpful piece to have if you don't already have it. And in my case, I actually have been really, really, really bad about not even opening monster hunting chests for a long time, because I wanted to do exactly this on stream. Now, of course, I'm not going to do it on stream because I'm doing it here on live video with you guys. So that's how we're going to do these things. But I don't know. I mean, even on a good day, right? Like, I'm going to do a hunter mace and just one shot it, like, casually. That's the kind of guy I am. Been playing this game for too many years. You just get used to doing that kind of thing. Oh, yeah, of course, I don't have a mythic mace, but that's fine, because now I can just, whenever I want, just swap to my mace. Of course, now that I've made it, am I going brain dead or is it gone? Oh, there it is. Oh, is it on offhand? Oh, here I'm thinking, oh, main hand. No, no, it's not a main hand. Not a fan. So yeah, anyway, so I would basically, yeah, that's stupid me, right? Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Now one thing I probably could do is I probably have a monster hunting jewel, so we can probably pop one of those in there. So there we go. And then we just put my other monster hunting piece right on here, like so. And then I can put on my hunting greaves, and like so. I mean, that's not fairly bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it could definitely always be better. I don't think I got a chest piece yet, a helmet yet, or the main hand yet. I don't think I've got Earth Shatter yet for the helmet, yeah. So I've got a little ways to go still on this account, but that's for somebody that hasn't been striving to actually do it. It's really not that bad, honestly. Now the thing is now even though I don't have the research, which a lot of you guys who are going to be doing monster hunting, that's what you guys will be doing. If you'll already have it, you'll already be a little bit better than me. But this is what it looks like when you're not even specced into it. So having not even being specced into it at all, this is what my setup looks like for hunting boosts. Now I can show you actually what the difference is between somebody that actually has that and somebody that doesn't. Like on a trap account like this, I don't have the might, so I don't have the research for monster hunting gear. However, obviously everybody will tell you that if you're starting it out and you're playing the game even in early, that having monster hunting gear is obviously going to be advantageous, but it's even more advantageous if you get into tier 3 and tier 4 and tier 5, because here's the difference, right? So if I was to swap to monster hunting gear here, and I'm just swapping it out preemptively in advance here, okay? So hang on. I don't know, it's going Durbob, guys. Hang on. I like attempt if I can trick it. It might pick up on what I'm asking it to do. Maybe not. Oh dear. Oh, don't argue with me, you damn thing. Yeah, I like how it's like, oh yes, I'm capturing the correct thing. Okay, there you go. Alright, so anyways. Onward and outward, right? Alright, so basically if you were to compare my monster hunting gear, which is almost completely mythic, and I don't know, man. It's not like I couldn't do it on my main. I'm lazy as hell. I don't really put a whole lot of effort in my main anymore. I used to, but just quit doing it. So my hunting boost is 442% for travel speed, which that to begin with is pretty stupid fast. My hunting damage boost is 217% compared to that measly 47% you saw earlier. I can do 25 hunts in a row. And then I get 50% in savings. I have a max energy of 68,000. Obviously, it could be higher, right? And then my starting MP is 790. So, like, as you can kind of tell, like, comparing that to this, it's like there is definitely a difference, right? I mean, you can see my energy saver is really tiny. Max energy's halved, and then obviously when it comes to speed, we're about half there too as well. The hunts in a row only can go up to 9 compared to a whole measly, like 25 with my main. It's like, so to say that there isn't like some advantages there, it's unbelievably different. Even the monster hunting start MP is hugely different, right? This is only 75. My main it's 790. So the hunting gear is a big bonus in terms of what you can get in terms of just overall bonuses on your gear and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm looking forward to this event. We'll have to look into it more as time goes on, but let me know what you guys think and what you guys expect from the event. And if you guys have any leaks or anybody on the Taiwan server that happens to know what might be coming up, I'm all yours in the comment section below. Make sure to like the video if you guys want to help support me, and I'll see you guys next time.